be joyful. Good to be with you. We are in 1 Peter chapter 4 now. We're going to be in verses 4 and 5. And again, we see this ability of Peter to really connect with the audience that he's speaking to. He recognizes the struggles that they're in, what it's like to try to follow Christ in a difficult time. There's just a compassion and an empathy, an encouragement in a real practical way, just in the daily life of his audience and how he interacts with them. There's at least three common aspects that you see as you read, and there's probably more, but I think one is that as you try to live in the culture, you're going to struggle. You, yourself, your friends, the community around you, all of those things are going to be drawing you away from following Jesus well. Another theme is that there is a better way, that you do have a choice. You don't have to follow the crowd. You don't have to go where everyone else is going. You can follow Jesus. So there's a choice you have, and that theme rises up again and again. And then another one is this sort of return to this idea of the reality that there is a future hope ahead. There's a long view that you can take. And I think that's probably one of the more important pieces of what we're going to talk about today, and that always have your head up and have the long view in spiritual things, in obedience and the hard things, the practical things of life, the spiritual things of life. Have the long view with Christ. He says, with respect to this, that's those the sins, those temptations that are common to everyone. He says, with respect to those things, they're surprised when you don't join them in the same flood of debauchery, is what Peter calls it. They malign you, but they will give account to him who is ready to judge the living and the dead. So he says, things might be hard now. Make good choices, because in the long run, it will matter. There will be a reckoning that comes, and there's reward. And he said that again and again as we've been studying. We don't have to go with the direction that our culture is pushing. We can walk with Jesus. We can, as Joshua is told, avoid turning to the left or the right. Go straight ahead with him. Keep your eyes up. Peter says, look ahead at the long view. Remember what's coming in the long term, and let that inform where you are today. So my question for you is, are there some things in your life that you need to look at that draw you to the left or the right, that prevent you from keeping your gaze on the long run, the long perspective? What are those things? And if you can identify them, maybe you can begin to look away from them when it's time, when you feel that temptation coming to go in that direction. Just identify those things. Let's get them out in the open. Talk to somebody about them. All right, there you go. Talk to you next time.